Welcome everyone. So today we are doing our Sunday self-care circle. And as always, if you have access to props, have them nearby, but definitely, a bolster, blanket, maybe you'll want to have a scarf or an eye pillow. You kind of know the drill at this point, right? But just so that you are very comfortable and very supported. So we are going to start seated. And today we're going to continue with our theme. So last month we had done a session on, bringing in the springtime energy. And we're going to keep going with this, but in a slightly different way. So the spring energy, although it's lovely, we get this beautiful sunshine, it can feel oh so heavy. And this is actually, it makes a lot of sense according to the Ayurvedic doshas. So this season that we are in, the springtime season, is a kapha season. And kapha can be very heavy energy. And in the springtime, you have to think about kapha as mud. And the mud and the water, everything, that heavy dirt, it helps cultivate and bring the lightness. So my own connection over the last couple weeks, as well as several of my clients and some of you who I've talked to, has been like our hearts are feeling very heavy, and it's been really difficult. So this particular practice is going to be dedicated to connecting to our heart center, receiving love, being able to be love, and just connecting to an openness throughout this area of our body. So we're going to get into the practice, but one other thing that I want you to think about is when we are opening up through the chest, that ultimately means that there's going to be a little bit of lower back work that will be involved. So just be really mindful of your low back. As always, practice ahimsa. This is non-harming. And so we don't want to hurt our bodies just because we want to make a shape. Let part of that go. If for some reason it doesn't feel right in your body, just let it go. And when we'll go ahead and move forward through the practice. So if you need to come out of anything, you need to take a break in child's pose or downward dog, or just something that feels really good and right for you, please take that, because this is your time. It always is. So I just want to remind you of that. Again, coming from a place of being able to receive love and focus on your heart center, this is a really important piece, because you are worthy of following what your needs are, not just doing something for the sake of doing it because it seems correct. It seems right. Other people are doing it. We are coming back to ourselves. That is the whole point of yoga. It's the whole point of you having time in this community and in these practices to come back to your center. And some of us don't always know where that is. Sometimes we're all riled up. So it is coming back to this place where we're coming to our heart center. So to start, I'm going to have you get into a comfortable seat. If you aren't already, you might want to shift. Sometimes I like to kind of rock back and forth or come into a circle on my sit bones on my seat. So even if you're on a chair, you can always be on a chair, or if you're on a bolster or a cushion, just like coming into like a circle till you get your sit bones feeling sturdy. I like to place a blanket underneath my knees to prop. Sometimes I like it higher up because of where my hips are and the placement. It feels good. So today, with our practice, we're going to do a couple of things. We are going to focus our attention at the heart center. We're going to focus on a balanced breath. Okay, so an inhale for 4 and exhale for 4, or an inhale for 6 and exhale for 6. So again, we're bringing that awareness to the heart and allowing the heart to essentially recharge, get that battery in the heart full. So we will be practicing a mantra, or a bija mantra today called GAM. It's G-A-M, but it sounds a little bit like G-O-O-O-M, GAM, GAM. Sometimes we'll speak it out. Sometimes you'll just feel it within yourself. But whatever feels good to you, that's what we're after, right? But it's to help us bring that energy forth. We'll also practice a mudra at the beginning of this practice. And this practice is for the heart center. So if you take your right hand and you put your index and your thumb together and leave your fingers out, a little hard to maybe see from here. So I'm just going to come a little bit closer. It's going to be like this, and you're going to hold it at your heart, right? So you're just going to hold it here. It's very relaxed. A lot of times when we do our mudras, sometimes it feels rigid because, we're not used to holding our hands in a certain way. But it's relaxed. So you're just sort of resting here. All right, so first we're just going to start by getting into our body. So I want you to bring awareness to the breath, to that inhale and that exhale, and bringing the awareness here and now to what we're doing. Inhaling for a count of 4, exhaling for a count of 4. And just to start, relax your body any amount just by willing it with the mind. Imagine that the muscles of the neck, the throat, the chest, the underarms, the arms, the mid-back, the navel center, the low back, the hips, everything just has sort of a melting quality, releasing any tension and letting go of whatever is stuck, whatever is not serving you. Just imagine it sort of being washed away. And if that image, that visual works for you, you could imagine just a light rain coming down upon you with a beautiful light. So the rain is glistening with the light, and as it falls upon you, it starts to run through the body, helping these muscles, the tension, whatever's there, to run down like the side of a mountain or a hill, to be pulled down into the earth, to be drawn in and recycled. Continuing to focus on your breath, finding a lightness through the shoulders, through the arms, reminding your body there's just a slight chin tuck, nothing severe. That no matter what, you're doing it right. And then when you're ready, gently bring that index finger and thumb on the right hand together just a touch, and then rest that little circle at your heart center. Allowing this pose, allowing this mudra, this hand placement to connect to that heart center. If it helps, you can see a green emerald light at the heart. And with your fingers, that index finger and thumb in a circle, that you're charging this energetic piece of you and connecting. Continuing to hold this placement as long as it feels able. We are going to inhale to prepare together, and then we're going to say gum 3 times, right? So you're going to inhale and then just do your best. Don't overthink it. Can't do this wrong. But 3 times we'll inhale, do the chant, release, and then inhale, do the chant. And then on our final one, you'll bring your hand down and just connect to an intention around receiving love and filling up this heart center of yours. Inhale. Gum.
Ga. Ga. Just sit in the vibration of the sound. Again, you can release that hand, placing it on the thigh or the knee. And just connect to this intention of love.